Hello and welcome to today's Bitrix24 webinar, Self-Hosted Advantages. Thank you for joining today. Okay, so we'll just go through some introductions. My name is Sam Connor. I'm part of the sales engineer team here at Interface. We're based in the UK, the US and Hong Kong, and we offer a full range of services to assist you with Bitrix24, starting off with pre-sale support, so we can discuss your requirements in detail and help you with your evaluation. If you decide Bitrix24 is the right solution, we can provide our implementation services to build out the Bitrix24 system for the way you need the system to work. If you are interested in the self-hosted edition, which we are going to be focusing on today, then we do provide our own hosting services for the self-hosted system, and we can then provide training and ongoing support to help you get the most value out of your Bitrix24 solution. Okay, so if you've come to today's self-hosted advantages webinar to actually get some more information about actually what Bitrix24 is. Bitrix24 is a collaboration suite of well in excess now of 35 different tools to help you to manage your business. There are over 10 million Bitrix24 customers now around the world, and the system is available in two different editions. So we have the Bitrix24 Cloud and the self-hosted solution. So today's webinar, we are focusing on the self-hosted system. And we have other webinars where we do look at the cloud system. So if you have any questions about that, please do get in touch. In terms of pricing, so prices start from approximately $49 per month for the cloud-based system. And for the self-hosted system, starting off with the Business 50 edition, that is available for $2,990. It is classed as a lifetime license, but with the self-hosted in year 2, and ongoing annually, to continue receiving maintenance and updates, you do need to pay a renewal fee on that license. And that will cost approximately 25% of the license fee. So for the Business 50 edition there, you'd be looking around $747.50 for your annual renewal. Okay, so today's webinar is the Self-Hosted Advantages webinar. So we're going to be focusing now on the Self-Hosted edition of Bitrix24. But before we go into have a look at the system, let's just actually look at the different editions that are available on the self-hosted system. Okay, so Bitrix self-hosted is available in two different editions. So first of all, we have the Bitrix24 Business Edition, and this is the most popular and usually the most suitable for most businesses. In terms of actual users on this business edition, this can range from 50 users, so that's the starting point, up to the Business 50 edition, and it does go up to 500 for the business edition. So as you scale and grow your business, we can add additional users to the system by simply upgrading to that next tier of the business package. In terms of functionality, this includes everything that you have on the Bitrix24 Cloud system, but there are additional modules such as an Extranet, which can be completely customized. We have the help desk module and the e-learning module. And the other edition we have is the Bitrix24 Enterprise Edition. And the Enterprise system is our most advanced product, and it allows a company to establish an unlimited number of intranet sites, which can all be managed by a single global administrator. So we have clients who are using the Enterprise Edition. This can then be a good example of a company who operates in multiple countries. You may want to have individual sites with maybe different languages, with different branding for each office that you have. The Enterprise Edition gives you that capability using the divisional feature to have those separate sites for those different offices. And with the enterprise system, that ranges from 1,000 users up to the 5,000 user mark. Previously, there was an unlimited edition, which is not available anymore, but we can add additional 1,000 user increments to an enterprise plan as and when required. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on really the benefits of a self-hosted edition of Bitrix24. So one of the main benefits of the self-hosted system is the ability to customize the system. Okay, so with the self-hosted system, we have access to the source code. So this means essentially the system is completely customizable and can be configured to your way of working. But we can brand up the system. So we're going to have a look shortly at a branded self-hosted system. So it can include specially designed company logos, and on the login page, you can completely customize the look of the system. So you can remove all of the Bitrix24 branding and have your own corporate look and feel to the system. And that can be really useful, especially if you're going to use an extranet site where you maybe invite your clients or maybe suppliers. You can have your own branded portal page where those clients can log into the system. We also have the control panel. So the control panel is the area for essentially for your administrators to make changes to the front end UI of your Bitrix24 system. Modules can be configured in really advanced ways within that control panel for the rest of the organization. So if you're currently using a Bitrix Cloud system, you won't have access to the control panel. So it's not going to be an area you would be able to access. So you should be really impressed with the additional functionality that's available with the control panel. So we'll have a look at that in more detail shortly. As mentioned, we do have full access to the source code. One of the biggest impacts of why people and a lot of our clients move from a cloud edition of Bitrix to a self-hosted system is to have access to that source code, so specific customizations can be achieved. We do have many clients who we migrate from the cloud to the self-hosted to perform specific customizations. And the migration process, if you are maybe interested to look at moving to a self-hosted edition, it is fairly seamless. There is very minimal downtime during that migration, and we have managed many migrations for clients. So that's something we can look at with you. If you are currently on a Bitrix cloud system, interested in moving to a self-hosted system, we can discuss that migration process with you in more detail. Another benefit of the self-hosted system is the ability to manage integration. So you have access to the full API on the self-hosted edition. So that allows us to integrate Bitrix24 with really any other system where you have an API. So it could be recently we've managed integrations with Oracle, for example, to feed finance information into the Bitrix24 system, and vice versa. You could have a one-way or a two-way integration. And finally, as we briefly mentioned, looking at the different editions of the self-hosted system, there are additional modules available on the self-hosted system that can't be found on the cloud product, such as the help desk, e-learning module, and more detailed analytics. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of those benefits actually in some more detail. So specifically now what we're going to look at is some of the customization that is available on the self-hosted edition. So as mentioned, one of the main reasons our clients choose a self-hosted option is the ability to customize the look and the feel of your intranet system. So the site can be customized to match your corporate look, and the functionality can be configured to make using the system more intuitive. And that really is one of the critical elements of the self-hosted system. It is the ability to keep the system really as simplified as you require. And that's very important to get buy-in from the teams within your business who could be using the system. You want to keep it as simple as possible so people buy into actually using the system, and you can then start getting value out of the system. So in terms of, first of all, styling, so many areas can be branded, and we'll take a look at a branded login page in a second. We can also edit pages. So any page on the self-hosted system can be edited via the administration control panel. So essentially what we can also do is create custom pages for you and your business to have specific pieces of information. In terms of navigation, to improve that user experience and also to save your team's time, we can remove modules and menu items that you simply don't require on the self-hosted edition. We could also build dashboards. So it is possible to create custom dashboards to display different sets of data on a page. And as we mentioned, customer portals. So just like you can on the cloud, you can have an extranet site to invite your clients into. But with the self-hosted edition, we can take that to the next level, essentially, by completely rebranding the login page and also the front-end UI of when a user goes into that customer portal can be completely customized as well. And finally, it is also possible to actually build completely custom modules. So if you're wanting to maybe have a bespoke module inside the system, for example, we have clients who we have built commission modules for, which talk with the CRM system to generate commissions for the sales teams. We could look to actually build a brand new custom module inside your Bitrix24 system. So let's just go into one of our self-hosted editions. So first of all, just to explain, we are on a self-hosted edition here. So in terms of branding, let's just look at a branded login page. So you can see here, compared to the Bitrix24 Cloud system, which is completely Bitrix24 branded, here we can completely customize the login page. So you can see here, you can have your own corporate branding and logo on the system here. And we can see the URL as well is bespoke, so we can customize the URL where your clients or your teams would log into. It is also possible with the on-premise edition to actually integrate your Active Directory and single sign-on. So if we now just log into the system here, you can then have that login page and then enter your Bitrix24 system for your teams to have access to. And we can see the logo at the top here. So you can completely rebrand the system for your corporate identity and look, just like we have here, we have our interface logo located inside our Bitrix24 system. We mentioned around styling on the actual navigation of the system. So on the left-hand side here, we can see our menu. And this is a lot more restricted as to what modules we actually have access to on our edition here of Bitrix24. So we can remove modules you simply don't require. Whereas on the cloud system, all those modules are there. They can be hidden, but an employee could go into the hidden section and see those modules. With the self-hosted system, we have the capability here to completely customize that UI. So your teams only see the information they need to have access to, which will give you more buy-in from the team. Okay, we mentioned about the control panel earlier on. So this is a feature not available on the cloud edition of Bitrix. So let's go into the control panel here. I would say as a word of warning, you don't want to give your general users access to the control panel because it is really the power engine of the self-hosted system. So inside here, this is where we can start to actually create custom pages. We can control the administration of the front end of your system. So this is really where the powerful side of the self-hosted system comes into play. So inside here, for example, I could go into our application area and start to create some custom pages inside the system here. So you only want your administration team really to have access to the control panel. And this is not available on the cloud edition there. So we can make sure as a front-end user here, they don't see that control panel. We can just have our administration team with access to that area. Okay, we mentioned about the extranet site. So a feature what we can enable is the ability to invite your external users, such as clients, for example, into your own branded login area here. And with the extranet site, we can then customize the actual front-end UI here. So we can see we're pulling up some task information here, but really that's all we pulled into this particular extranet site. So you can really keep it as simplified as you require for your external users to have access to the system. And if we just have a look at another external site here, we can see that the front end here, we have a support section. So we're able to create support tickets, but it is a completely different look and feel to this extranet site here. So you can just start to see how completely customizable we can make our self-hosted system and then also brand this up as in how you require the system to look. Okay, let's just see if we have any questions before we move on to the next section of today's self-hosted webinar. If you do have any questions, please do add them to the question box on the Zoom channel and we can run through those questions for you. Okay, so can I get multiple customer portals? So it is possible to have multiple customer portals on the self-hosted edition. With the enterprise plan, you can have an unlimited number of portal sites. If just need to see if you're referring to the actual client extranet site, or are you referring to kind of your own departments? If you're wanting each department to have their own Bitrix site and instance, that is available with the enterprise edition. Okay, another question, can you customize the actual template on the system? So by templates, if you're referring to the actual background display here, then yes, that is customizable. So inside your system here, you have the theme section. And then inside here, you can customize the theme there. So it is also possible, by the way, here to actually add your own custom theme. So if you wanted to add maybe your corporate background to the Bitrix system, then you could do that by uploading your own custom theme. Okay, so you can just really start to see how customizable this system is for the self-hosted edition. If you are currently on the Bitrix24 Cloud system, if you are interested in having this power to really customize the system, then we can look to migrate you from the cloud to the self-hosted system. And just to briefly go back to look at actually customizing the system, we can even customize terminology inside here, such as leads and deals. If you wanted to rename leads to inquiries, for example, with the self-hosted system, we have the capability to do that level of customization. And that can be very important for clients because you may want to ensure the terminology within your Bitrix24 system is correct for essentially your way of working. And the self-hosted system gives you the power to have that level of customization on your system. Okay, so let's look at some of the really customizable features of the self-hosted system. Now let's take a look at some of the actual advanced features we have on the self-hosted system. So all of the features you have on the Bitrix Cloud are also available on the self-hosted edition, but we do have some advanced features on the self-hosted system. And first of all, one of those features is the help desk. So the help desk is a tool to allow simply you to manage customer support inquiries. So customers can log their inquiries, first of all, on a portal. So let's go back into our Bitrix system and we can go into here and see we have a support section. So what I can do inside here is I could create a brand new ticket for the support team. So it can open up a page where you can then fill in the information for your new ticket. And this actual page here, this can be customized so you can decide what pieces of information need to be inputted for that ticket to be submitted. The second option to actually log a new support request is using the support wizard. I'd say this is probably my favorite way to actually log those tickets, because what we can then do is we can channel a request. So if we go to create a new ticket, what we can do is we can add different options to route the customer. So based on different categories, such as maybe, for example, if you have a lost password, there could be specific questions that we then submit to the client to get more information from the customer before they are able to submit their request into the system. And the third way we can log tickets in the system is actually by integration of your mailboxes. So within the Bitrix24 system, what we can do is we can, first of all, connect our mailboxes into the system, which you can do on the cloud. But with the self-hosted system, what we can do is we can create rules. So for example, as soon as a ticket is logged into this particular mailbox, so you may have a support at mailbox as an example, when a new ticket is added into that mailbox, we could automatically create a new support request inside the help desk module. And the help desk module is also located inside the control panel. So inside here, I can log into our trouble ticket section, so I can see all of the tickets that have been logged inside the system. And then as a support team, I can go into here and see all of the history and communications that have taken place on that particular ticket. And I can go into here and answer the client and respond if there's a new update on those tickets. Okay, and within the help desk section here, you can set up support levels. So you may have SLAs for different types of clients. You can create your own SLA levels inside here, and it gives you the entire history then of information associated with that particular ticket. So that's really an advanced feature that is not available on the cloud edition. So if you are looking for a help desk system, then the Bitrix24 Self Hosted system has that capability. Okay, another feature to discuss that's available on the self-hosted edition is the e-learning module. So again, this is a feature that is not available on the cloud edition. And within the e-learning module, this is essentially an area where you can create training programs and courses for your employees. So courses can be created and staff members can then be tested on that course, so they can demonstrate their knowledge in a particular subject area, for example. So for example, here we can see some different courses. So there is a health and safety course. So we've got a health and safety course added into our e-learning module. And if we go into our external site area here, we can see we've got a courses section. So that health and safety course is available for me to review and then to have a test to actually test my knowledge on that particular course. So I can start this course here, and then we can go through particular pieces of information. So it could be videos, it could be static information you upload onto the course. And then once the course is completed, we can have a test to actually check if we have understood what we have just completed on the course. So I can go through now and complete the test. Okay, so I can complete that test. I can then view my results, and we could set minimum thresholds to actually be a particular, maybe it's 90%, for example, to complete that course. So you can set those minimum targets, and all of that information can then be saved in the user's profile. So they have their own profile area to see all of the courses that they have conducted and the exams with their score results. So again, the e-learning feature here is not available on the cloud edition. It's a feature only available on the self-hosted edition of Bitrix24. So alongside the ability to completely customize the system, we also have these additional pieces of functionality that can be incredibly valuable for you and your organization. And those can then all be managed again via the control panel inside your administration area of the Bitrix24 self-hosted system. And within the control panel, we can also get advanced analytics. Okay, so the analytics really are essential to understanding the success of your Bitrix24 system. We can create advanced analysis of the data from inside our system here. Okay, so let's look there at some of the custom features. Now, one thing to mention, we mentioned earlier on, of the benefits of the self-hosted system, we have access to the source code. So it is also have the capability to create custom modules. So actually, maybe if there is a feature that's not quite available or not maybe how you want it to work, we also have the ability to create custom modules inside the system. So you could really make the self-hosted system as advanced as you require. Okay, so moving on from there, so we've looked at the benefits, we've looked at some of the advanced features. Really, the third important area of the self-hosted system is the ability to create integrations. So with the Bitrix24 system, we have access to the full API on the self-hosted system. So that means we can create really bespoke integrations, either as a one-way or as a two-way integration to feed data out of Bitrix or into Bitrix. So for example, we recently completed an integration with a client's Oracle cloud system to feed financial information from Oracle into the Bitrix24 system. So we can build very advanced integrations with the self-hosted system. With the API, it allows us to integrate essentially with any other system where you have an API on that platform. Okay, so moving on now to actually look at some of the hosting options for the self-hosted system. It's important to point out with the self-hosted system, you don't need to have this built and stored on a local server inside your office. It can be hosted on your own private cloud server as well. So for self-hosting, we can provide you with a virtual appliance, which is essentially, it's a free application that allows Bitrix to be running a pre-configured and fully secured virtual environment. So this saves time on product maintenance and also improves the overall system performance. So you can host this yourself, like I say, on a local server or on a private cloud. Or as an alternative, we can provide you with our own partner hosting. So as an alternative, this is what we class as a dedicated cloud solution. And there are many benefits to our self-hosting for you. So we can manage the entire server performance. This is all managed by our team here, and it can be optimized for speed. We can ensure your data will be completely secure and is backed up as and when you require. And it also allows you to be completely scalable. So projects can be scaled without really investing vast amounts of money in new server setups and further hardware on your own location. So we can manage that partner hosting, and that is completely scalable. So we have many customers who we may scale their hosting as they start to use the Bitrix24 system in more advanced ways. Okay, so if you have any other questions, please do add them into the question box and we can run through those during the rest of today's intervals. If we just briefly mention as well in terms of the partner hosting, we're going to look at costs shortly. Essentially, the cost would be typically somewhere in the region of $1,500 to $2,000 per year for a partner hosted system. Okay, and we'll talk now more about overall pricing for the Bitrix24 self-hosted system. So first of all, you need to budget for the license itself. So as we mentioned at the start of today's webinar, you'll start at the Business 50 edition of the self-hosted, which is costing $2,990. Now, in terms of that, will include updates in year one, but then to continue receiving those updates and to continue the maintenance, it is now mandatory that you renew the self-hosted system. And the renewal fee in year two and then ongoing annually will be approximately 25% of the license fee. So for the Business 50, you're looking at $747.50 in that year two renewal and then ongoing annually. Into partner hosting, if you are looking to actually have a partner hosting the self-hosted system for you, as we mentioned, you're looking around $2,250 for 12 months of hosting for approximately 100 gigabyte there of storage space. But again, as we've just mentioned, that is completely scalable, so we can scale up if you require more storage. If you're thinking of maybe customizing the system, such as rebranding the system, maybe adding custom modules, you would need to budget for the work essentially to have that completed on your Bitrix24 system. And that also includes any integrations. So if you're thinking of potentially integrating your Bitrix24 system with another system via the API, there could well be a cost there to actually perform and build that integration with your Bitrix24 system. And then it's also critical to have training and premium support that we offer here at Interface. And that really is critical for the self-hosted system because the system is incredibly advanced. If you don't really know what you're doing on this system, you can cause damage. So training and premium support is essentially critical to get value out of your self-hosted system. So these are all of the elements really that you need to make sure you are budgeting for if you are interested in the self-hosted edition of Bitrix. Okay, so a question is just coming there. Is partner hosting an annual fee? So yes, for partner hosting, there is an annual fee there. So you approximately $2,250 for 12 months of partner hosting. And as mentioned, there are many benefits to that. So we're then able to manage the whole infrastructure of the server for you. It's also completely scalable. You don't need to have your own internal team to be able to manage that server. We manage all of that and use our resource on your behalf. Okay, so in summary today, looking at the self-hosted edition of Bitrix24, three really key elements that we hope we've got across today is first of all, how customizable the self-hosted edition of Bitrix24 is. We have access to the source code, so we can completely customize from branding the system to building bespoke modules and interfaces. And that allows you to keep the system as simplified as you require or as advanced as you require. Essentially, you have complete control as to the look and the feel of your self-hosted system. We also have the ability to manage integration, so we can connect Bitrix with external systems as a one-way or as a two-way integration to make the system even more powerful. And then the self-hosted system has additional functionality, as we looked at the help desk module, the e-learning module, and also more advanced analytics. Okay, so thank you very much for joining today's Self-Hosted Advantages webinar. Here are a selection of the up-and-coming webinars we have available soon. If you want to register for those, please do follow the link here, interface.com/webinars. We are here every other Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you have any questions in the meantime, please do contact us, sales@interface.com, and one of our team will be happy to discuss any questions that you have. And just another question there that's come in: if you customize Bitrix, can you still update it? So the way we build our customizations for our clients here at Interface means you can continue updating your system. It will not break any customizations that you do. So the way we build our customizations ensures when updates are applied to the system that it will not break any of those customizations. So if that is something, if maybe you want to discuss with our team in more detail, please do contact us, sales@interface.com, and we will be able to discuss any customizations that you have in more detail. But thank you for joining today. I look forward to seeing you on our next webinar in 2 weeks. Bye for now.